Hello? Yo, well, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, we're gonna play frickin' Okami. Now, I did play this game before on stream, but I was actually using system capture back in the day when I was recording. Before I switched over to direct capture, that is. And I never was able to finish this because, you see, the final battle with Yami was a black scene. That was fantastic, wasn't it? Yeah, that's why you don't want to do direct capture for recording videos off of the PS4. Lots of companies just block scenes. And I don't know why Capcom blocked the scene. I don't know why Capcom blocked the entire final battle since the game's many years old by this point.
Okami.
Yeah, we're doing an... Sure, I'd like to reload from an old save. The reason we're doing that is because we're getting skins to play around with. Plus, I beat the game previously. I like this game, though. It's nice and relaxing. Of course, frickin' Capcom will probably copyright claim everything. It's okay, they can do that. It's their game, after all. Man, I really want to play more other games that are not Moro Chronicle. I think this one will be decent. Especially for right now. Let's play this for a nice quick episode. And then tomorrow, I guess we're diving back into the trash can and playing more frickin' Moro Chronicle. That is, if I don't change my mind or am not in the mood for it. Well, the good news is we're up to the 4th dungeon in Moro Chronicle. Which I guess is a good thing, because that means we're getting close to finishing it, I guess, because there's only 6 dungeons in it. Oh, man. Yeah, where you have to get on that legendary monster golem train to figure out what's going on. Yeah, Shiranui. That's basically Okami from the distant. That's basically Amaterasu from the distance past when she was full of power, and now she's coming back again to save the world from chaos yet again. Speaking of chaos, it's probably unleashed by Lumina Night, you see. She probably found all the keys to unleashing Lilith from the Red Moon, which fully awakened her power. And now her and the Red Moon agents are causing all sorts of trouble all over the world. Yeah, that's the lore we're going with for this. If any of you see a big scary red moon in the sky, that's probably because of them. Actually, that has nothing to do with this story. Yeah, Orochi was basically saying, "Feed me, maidens, or I will kill every last one of you." You know, like he was Dimitri or something. Excuse me. Yeah, and then Nagi was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna let you do that," and teamed up with Amaterasu to beat Orochi and save the world. Orochi got sealed away in the moon cave, and then Nagi's Senate was like, I don't want to be a hero. I will prove that the legend is wrong, and I will draw this sword and prove it to everyone. And Orochi is like, nah, I'm back, baby, and I'm gonna wreck everything. Yeah. However, in this game, Orochi and his minions are actually aliens. Another alien race called the Celestials were gonna come to this world to escape from Orochi and his minions, but Orochi and his minions got on the Ark, killed almost everybody, and then they landed here. Now they're causing all sorts of chaos. And to be fair, it'll take time to restore chaos, order from chaos. Frickin' George W. Bush. Mister. And the wolves leap into action and then cut off Orochi's head with a magic paintbrush. And Nagi was like, "Yo, Celestial Cutter, I'm gonna cut it in half." Boom. And that was awesome, dude. This game is freaking amazing. It's also a freaking ASMR, guys. Which means we need to be nice and quiet and not be so giggly and weird. Then again, we should probably lighten up we're positively grim. And he wants to be positively beaming. And shoot a giant smile laser at kids in Halloween costumes. Yeah, like in Costume Quest 2. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I came up with an evil dentist. Basically, he was this asshole former dentist who was very cheap and basically was all about that money, dude. Basically, he wouldn't use anesthesia, would torture children, and threaten them if they threaten them. And he was basically using his operation to cheat Medicare out of money, you see. But then he got sued, and then people spread information, he got sued, and then his information came out, and then he kind of became a villain after that, after going bankrupt from the lawsuits, and forced not to practice dentistry. And thus he wanted to take over Candyland next, because he blamed the candy industry for his dental practice going down. And also for rotting everybody's teeth and their minds. Because candy is poison, you see. It totally did not have anything to do with it. It totally didn't have anything to do with him with practicing dentistry without using anesthesia, dude. Certainly not threatening children. Yeah, he's got like dentistry themed robots and monsters under him. And then he made a deal with an evil candy maker who also wanted to take over Candyland. Yeah, the evil candy maker though, they made candy toxic because they wanted to poison people. Basically, Candyman had a divine destiny where they were making candy for the joy of everybody else, and the evil candy maker was like, "Nah, I'm gonna poison people," and tried to blame it on their associates, but they got discovered and found out, and so they were sentenced to prison. Yeah, so you got some deepest lore, I guess. However, you're not here for me to tell you stories. You're here to watch this. And I don't blame you. Okami is a really good game. I really love the aesthetic of Okami. I kind of wish there was a sequel to this. there kind of is with OK Maiden, which is a DS game. But it seems like Capcom just wants to re-release this on every new console that comes out. And this one's the PS4 version. I remember when I first played this game, I actually got interested because of the PS2 version, you see. But when I first played it, I played it on the frickin' Wii. The frickin' Wii version of Okami is a piece of garbage, man. And the reason it's garbage is not because Okami is a bad game, though. It's because of the tacked-on motion controls that they gave it. Yeah, it's one of those early Wii games where everything had to be motion controls for whatever reason. And they definitely were not precise. Plus you had to swing your Wiimote in order to make the weapon attack go. Only it didn't really work all the time. And forget about using freaking glaives. They were too complicated to use now. You could barely even use those. If at all. Of course, Okami on the Wii is still better than anything Data Design Interactive made. Because Data Design Interactive now, they're a freaking garbage company. You see, Data Design Interactive, though, they would just, every time they would re-release a game, they just reskin their assets and re-release them at full price. Yeah, which is why Ninja Bread Man, Anubis 2, and Rock'n'Roll Adventure are the same freaking game. They just reskin the freaking assets and charge full price for them. And they did that before Digital Homicide was cool. Or rather, when Digital Homicide made it cool. At least Data Design Interactive didn't try to sue their critics for a bunch of money. Or try to demand everybody's personal information for bad reviews. Oh hey, it's Miss Sakuya. She's a very pretty peach spirit. As all dryads are. Even Miss Typica in that freaking Monster Girl game is a freaking cute dryad. Of course, we won't discuss Monster Girls now. And now, what is a Monster Girl? A miserable pile of fetishes. Because that's exactly what they're made for. Yeah. I kind of like this dynamic where people think monsters are scary and then are scary for 5 minutes, and then after the 5 minutes are over, people think, oh, are they oh, they're sexy. Nah. Yeah, that kind of thing already happened with Siren Head. Although I personally think Siren Head's design is pretty cool, though. And there are a couple of good Siren Head games, but damn, there's a freaking Siren Head dating game. It's hilarious to watch Family as Hero play that. And of course, the other person I watched John Wolf play that, he was like, nah. And he was almost at the end of it, but he was like, no, I'm not committing to this joke anymore. Hey, I recommend John Wolf if you want someone who's more honest about horror games and how cliche and terrible they can be sometimes. But there are legit good Siren Head games. Like that one where Siren Head was actually using the abilities like it had in the creepypasta and trying to disturb you every time, and you had to fight him with a gun and he was stalking you through the woods. That one was pretty good. Oh, this scene, of course. Yeah, no. Takuya, yes, this game is a Japanese game, by the way. In case you can't tell. And there's Mr. Ishin, the wandering artist who's also kind of a pervert. But don't worry, he also pulls his weight towards the end of the game. Really does, in fact. He's actually key in helping you defeat Yami. He actually restored the people's faith in the gods, and then now Okami then Amaterasu got a bunch of big power, got all their powers back, and then freaking slaughtered Yami. Of course, freaking Yami is a big giant mech ball of death that turns into a giant hand monster. You know, a bit like Eternatus. Man, I wish I had voice. Man, I wish I had voice chat when I was streaming freaking Pokemon Sword and Shield. Admittedly, Sword and Shield is not my favorite Pokemon game. I personally think Gen 5 and Gen 7 were a lot better, especially in terms of the story. And a lot of people thought that Gen 8 was actually very weak story-wise. Plus, also didn't like that most of the Pokemon got cut. Of course, a lot of people complained about it for reuse animations and reuse sprite work, even though a lot of RPGs actually do that a lot. In fact, I played Dragon Quest VIII where literally all the NPCs were literally copy-pasted battles of each other. Unless they were story NPCs. Oh yeah, and I distinctly remember right, Akiba's Beats, the NPCs didn't even have portraits or anything. They were just colored shapes. Yeah, because they were not important enough. As for freaking reused animations, I remember Legend of Zelda Wind Waker also had that. In fact, a lot of games reuse animations. In fact, some movies actually reuse some. Some movies even today use stock footage and reused assets. Of course, given the popularity and scale of Pokemon, I guess I can understand why people are upset. I kind of want a good Pokemon game that's a lot like Gen 5 or Gen 7. I mean, Gen 5 is a freaking masterpiece, and I remember people hated that when it came out. Admittedly, Chairman Rose is not a very strong villain. At least I personally didn't think so. I did like Piers, though. Of course, everybody liked Piers. Piers is a freaking badass. Plus, he's the first Dark-type gym leader. And Mr. Piers is the type that every Pokemon is his ace. He doesn't have, like, one ace Pokemon. All his Pokemon have stuff that's special about him. Frickin' Skuntank uses Toxic and frickin' Sucker Punch. And he uses Malamar with Contrary, which I also used to do, back when I played Gen 6 and the Gen 3 remake. Yeah, freaking Superpower and Contrary. Of course, everyone that uses Malamar uses everyone who uses Malamar uses Contrary and Superpower, though. I'm sure somebody like the Garbodors or Twin Needle could find some stuff to do with the other abilities. and not use superpower. Excuse me for a moment. My apologies, guys. I'm sorry, guys. And she's gonna call... Ishin's gonna call her Ami throughout the entire game. Of course, when Ami ate him, that was pretty funny. This game was never really meant to be taken seriously. It does have a lot of cool monsters in it, though. Man, I wish I knew more about frickin' yokai. Those sound like those are freaking really cool and have some really awesome designs to them. First, most of what I know about them are from games like this and freaking Gegege no Kotaro, which had some pretty good interpretations of them, I think. So, speaking of yokai, I should probably play Yomiwari Night of Shadows. I have the collection for the Switch, you see. I'm supposed to go over here. And what I'm doing here is getting a brush power. As you see, you're supposed to put the stars in the sky and fix the constellations in order to unseal the 13 brush gods. Alright, and he's gonna freaking mess it up. It looks like he should have succeeded, though. It wants to be a little more precise than it's supposed to be. See, it worked perfectly for me. Yeah, the bad part about the Wii version of Okami, though, it was trying to be really precise with frickin' Wii motion controls. Which is like, no thanks. That's kind of the reason I never got Skyward Sword. Yeah, sad to say I never actually played Skyward Sword, but at the time it came out, I was like, no, it just had... for some reason, it had a bunch of motion controls for whatever reason. It would have worked better if the motion controls were a little more minimal, to be honest. At least I think so. If it were like the Wii version of Twilight Princess, that would have been okay. But they wanted to try some stuff that was interesting. The DS Zeldas are also pretty interesting because they use motion controls. Or rather, they use its stylus for everything, including moving and attacking. And maybe Phantom Hourglass is an okay game. It's just not my favorite Zelda. Maybe I'm just not into gimmicky controls, to be honest. And you know what? That's okay. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. In Phantom Hourglass, it worked actually pretty well. Mostly. So we're here to draw a river of stars. We're going to try to reach Orihime's house. And hopefully get some nice star weave patterns. Yeah, it turns out she's like one of those weavers. Weaving lady spirits that is a spinner of some sort. Or a weaver. On a loom. And spinning wheel. That's apparently what she is. There's quite a bit of fairies that are like that too. Of course, you might remember Maleficent for it. But But you know what? The Sleeping Beauty Fairy's name is actually not Maleficent. At least not in frickin' Europe. Not in Europe. In frickin' Europe, it's Carapace. And Carapace was in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night as an enemy. It was a hostile fairy. Now she's the shard that you can get that lets you get a fairy companion. Which is way better, which is pretty good. Way better than having frickin' Nappy. Wait. Oh yeah, I remember, this is restarting from the beginning, which means... Oh yes, we have all this cool stuff to play with. I like using rosary beads the most. As you can see, we do not have the elemental weapons because they're story-locked. But we do have all these things. And we have all that money, too. Oh yeah, here's the skins, too! Yeah, if you get a certain amount of prayer beads and you beat the game, you get skins to play with. Sure, let's try this one. I don't really... Let's try a different one. Damn, that one's pretty good. Let's try another one. Oh, that one's pretty good. Damn, that one makes her look pretty cool, too. That makes her look sort of like... Actually, I don't know my dogs that well, to be honest. Damn, is this like some sort of beagle design? That's cool. What else you got? That's pretty cool, too. That one looks about like her normal form. What, you can turn into a freaking stone dog? Alright, what's this like? Wait a minute, this one looks a little weird. Not really quite sure what to make of it. I think I'll go with this one. I like the idea of Amaterasu being a big, fluffy dog. That looks big and fluffy. I do remember it. I think it's based on one of those... Oh yeah, I forgot, we don't have Slash yet. We do have a bunch of ink bottles. And we got almost all the upgrades except for the freaking Astral Pouch. Man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be pretty funny going through this game and having all that praise and having anything to do with it. Yeah, this is New Game Plus, by the way. Alright. Let's just do here. Cave of Doggy. And that statue looks a little worse for wear. Yeah, the sword's broken. I wonder what we're supposed to do. The game doesn't explain what to do, guys. What do I do? So I looked up... I figured it out. And I totally didn't look at a guide or anything. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, like, fix the sword. The game doesn't explain what to do, dude. I'm just kidding, of course. There you go. Hey, there's another consolation. And this one gives you the Slash power-up. Yeah, all the brush gods are based off the Chinese zodiac. At least I believe that it's a Chinese zodiac. Not really sure though. Yeah. See how big and fluffy Miss Amaterasu looks? Lovely. I remember watching Dogs 101 and seeing dogs that were like that, but I can't remember what they were. But they're pretty much like high-class royal pets or something. And sometimes employed as guard dogs or something. But they definitely look big and fluffy, though. Like big dogs that are big and fluffy. Alright, let's slash. See, now on the Wii version, slashing is incredibly difficult because you can't draw straight lines to save your life. But in this version, it's very, very easy. Okay, so you're coming with me to master the brush techniques. I have a flea. Yes, Amaterasu has a flea. Yeah, but I'm just kidding about the flea thing. Mr. Ishin is actually not that bad. Damn, and that gold ink pot comes in really handy. Because it lets you refill your ink like almost instantly. See how powerful that slash is? She just slashed through freaking wood, that freaking thick wood door like it was nothing, man. Watch this. Damn, son, she can like slash through fully grown trees like it's nothing either. Oh, frick me, enemies. Yeah, but they died almost immediately because we have high-level gear and they're pretty weak. 420 in? Damn, that's perfect. Amaterasu, the goddess of weed. Oh, and probably the sun, too. Man, I have the bunchies down. Mister. Yeah, watch this slash technique. Yeah, I was hoping to cut through that rock. Okay, watch this. Yeah, let's just level an entire forest in our quest to restore beauty and life to the world. Right, let's do the Zelda thing. And cut all the grass. In fact, we can cut down trees, too. Uh-oh, more enemies. And then you just slash them and you get a demon fang. Damn. I need that money, I really do. To pay my taxes. You... Alright, let's leave. Jump, jump, like a kangaroo. Swim, swim, like a doggo. Yeah, I promise I'll play Hyperdimension Neptunia someday. It's also made by Compile Art, who also made Moro Chronicle. Frick. I'm gonna have to actually play a frickin' Neptunia game. And yeah, to be fair, Megadimension Neptunia is actually not that bad, but But the freaking first version of Hyperdimension Neptunia on the freaking PS3, though, nah. Kinda glad that got a remaster on the freaking PS Vita. Cause damn, was it hot trash. Then again, it's already hot trash because it features girls that are based on consoles that you turn on to turn into magical versions. To turn into high-powered and very sexualized magical warriors to enact a console wars. Of course, we all know that it's the fault of video game piracy, guys. Everything bad in video games can be tied to video game piracy. The fall of Atari, it was definitely based on video game piracy. Except in that case, it actually was based on video game piracy. Basically, everyone was knocking everybody off, and yeah, those were very turbulent times back then. And it caused a video game crash. I actually had an idea for the second video game crash, which I was saying was caused by the Dark Lord of Avarice. And some guy named Dark Shovel. And Dark Shovel, though, he was causing all sorts of trouble. He's basically a greedy game dev who is all about that money, dude. He needs that money, he really does, to make paywalls and microtransactions in real life. To get even more money. By stealing video game technology that merges video games with reality. And to buy up all other video game companies and take over gaming and the real world. Anyway, that's enough for right now. I'll see you later, okay? Bye-bye.